Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Superbike 22. We're going to be continuing our career mode. It's time for round 10 and it's time for Portimao. So we hold the clutch and we wait for the red lights to go out and away we go. So starting from 11th place in the grid is not really ideal, but I'm sure we can make up some ground throughout the Grand Prix. But our biggest concern of course is Alvaro Bautista leading this particular race, or taking super pole as... Oh my goodness, was that Redding who went down? I think Scott Redding went down into the first corner there. Contact with a couple of riders into the Primera corner. Almost contact with us as we shove out Michael Vandermark. And we now move up to 7th place. I need to attack early now because being so far down is going to lose a significant amount of points to Alvaro Bautista, our nearest championship rival. Of course, we do have a championship advantage of 10 points, so we do run it deep into the Tour VIP. Now, for this particular set of videos today, or at least one video but with a certain amount of races, I will confess I had a really difficult time with this one. I did all the practice and the qualifying for the Super Pole before actually recording the video, so basically I do everything myself in practice and then I move on and then do the races, but I actually gave it about a week in between. I did all the practice sessions and then I moved on to the race about a week afterwards, and I really struggling. The bike doesn't feel good at all. I don't really have much confidence. I've been trying out different bikes recently. I've been trying bikes in TCS1 and making a mess of turn 13 there. And I've also been playing a bit of MotoGP 22 again. So at this point I do feel really unsettled on the Kawasaki. Very sluggish, and I really don't feel my best. So I did, for this particular video, reduce the difficulty ever so slightly to 117%. I don't know if it makes a significant difference, but I did notice for these straights it seems we do take quite a bit of an advantage. So I may have to tweak that. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I did drop it a little bit to 117%, but usually from the 120%, that's the only difference you get. It's just that they're a little bit slower on the straight. So I guess for this one I did need a bit of assistance, and I felt like it would help me out just enough to keep the content interesting and very competitive. But as far as it looks so far, we are beginning to fall backwards here. Dropping it to 7th place, well, that's actually the best we've done, so from 11th to 7th, with the benefit of Scott Redding taking out himself and a few other riders. I can't see us getting more. I'm going to continue to push, and hopefully we can pursue Leandro Mercado ahead of us, who of course had a ding-dong of a battle with us last time out in Catalonia, in a thrilling battle. But into the right-hand side now in Samsung feels very, a bit concerning really. Everything just feels so lifeless. There's no movement from the Kawasaki. It's not moving where I want it to go. It's not positioning in the right spots. The braking doesn't feel right. I don't know what I did in the practice to find so much time, and then here, I don't know what changed. I really don't know what changed. I think I was using a different brake disc. I think I changed a few other things as well, such as transmission. But coming after it with a week after of an absence is not doing me any favours with the Kawasaki right now. I'm tempted to move it back up to TCS2. I feel like I'm slipping all over the place with the rear, but I really don't know. I don't know what the solution could be. I don't feel confident at all with the Kawasaki, and right now I feel that Vandermark and Lowe's could make mincemeat of me without any particular effort. But we are pulling away, thankfully, due to the AI's slow speed on the straights. We now go firm on the anchors for turn 1. So into Primera corner for the right-hand side. We go through the tightest part of the apex there and keep it tight one more for turn 2, and then get firm on the brakes for the 3rd corner here in Lagos. So there is Alex Lowe's right behind me. I'm hoping he will do his teammate a bit of a favour here, or excuse me, Kawasaki teammate rather than actual factory teammate. Because, you know, we are on the same constructor, and one of the constructors can win the World Championship, and I could do with Alex Lowe's not attacking me. So, Alex, if you wouldn't mind, I would be grateful. Just hang back for now. But now we are beginning to improve a little bit, getting a little bit more feeling now. Leandro Mercado is getting closer and closer. We are getting towards him. But a 7/10 of a second advantage Mercado has against us here, but possibly into the Portimao corner after Craig Jones if I continue to push this way, and hopefully we can actually make something of this one. Otherwise it's going to be a very lonely 7th position, but it also may not be so lonely when Alex Lowe's is only 6/10 of a second behind. Questions and not enough answers so far, but caught on the rumble strip there. You've got to be very careful about going anywhere near that rumble strip into turn 13. We got a massive advantage up on the lap time there, and then unfortunately, going into turn 13, we made that mistake, and now we're trailing behind Mercado. So into the Galp then for the third time of asking. I should get a good amount of speed here and possibly be able to chase down Tati Mercado. So in the slipstream we'll go. This is the difficulty level of 117%. Yeah, we are significantly faster on the straights there. Much quicker than we have been. Now, I think the power has been upgraded once again. Great response there from Tati Mercado. I'm going to try and fight back, but I've had another power delivery upgrade. And with the 117% AI, it's probably not an ideal combination as we just dropped the front. I said the bike felt loose, and unfortunately there it is, dropping out of contention. We now finish the first round with 0 points. So Top Rank wins the race, Alvaro Bautista in second, and Jonathan Ray picks up 16 points for Kawasaki's efforts. Well, a bit of a disaster to say the least, but we are starting Super Pole now in 11th spot, and hopefully we can get a good lap time, or excuse me, a good start, and start churning out some decent lap times to be competitive in the Super Bowl session. But we've got to attack early this time around, so up at the inside of Michael, Ruben, Rinaldi, and we're going to try and move around the outside of Vandermark, and then possibly up at the inside of Locatelli. It's going to be tight. Look at Vandermark with a brazen move, pushing Locatelli wide, and we now get involved with a bit of a skirmish with Iker Lecuona, but Bautista leading the way. Top Rack is down to 7th. He had a nightmare off the line. Went into the first corner and just got held up by a few riders there, but Jonathan Ray up into second. Tati Mercado eyeballing a podium once again is the Argentinian, and Vandermark having his best race of the season in 4th place. So to start this one off, goal is simple. Got to stay on the bike this time, and we've got to get some points in. Even if it's just a couple, we've got to get something on the board to give us some momentum for the final race, of today's video. Now, I don't feel particularly confident again. Of course, I'm not really that happy with the bike, and I don't know what it is with Portimao, but I just never play Portimao. I don't remember the last time it came up on an online session, and I don't remember the last time I did a video here in Portimao, so I guess that could be a contributing factor for why I don't have much confidence in this wonderful circuit here in the Algarve. But for now, 6th position is not all that bad. We will get that benefit on the straight as Jonathan Ray is falling backwards. Not what I expected from the 6-times world champion, but now to the right hand side for the Galp. Thankfully the bike didn't dip away from me like it usually does into the 15th corner, but bringing on some massive power now with the slipstream of Lecuona. A little bit of a wheelie there, but we are flying past the Honda, and now into turn 1 we're going to go firm on the brakes where that shadow comes to its conclusion. We'll now try and go. Oh, look at Lecuona up at the inside. Beautiful move for the man who was in the HRC garage on Sunday a few days ago. But now we'll try and break into the right-hand side for Lagos. Not going to happen yet. We'll get the change of direction and possibly chuck it up the inside. Oh, that's aggressive. That's aggressive with a capital A. The big don't argue. I'm coming through. You can get back there. Whoa, that was aggressive. That's a frustration overtake, that one, I think. We are falling backwards from the rides ahead, and we're now going to lose a spot from Top Rack, so I guess I'm just desperately trying to defend, get some decent points. But the most important part is, with a good qualifying, such as 5th position, we should have a chance of getting in there right at the beginning of the race and possibly scrapping it out. Now, they usually have it go, touching the rumble strip there before the Craig Jones corner has just cost us a bit of time to the world champion as Top Rack now gets on through to the top 5. Maybe he's got enough power in him to chase down Jonathan Ray and Tati Mercado from 2nd and 3rd respectively. In fact, what about Michael Vandermark in there as well in 4th position? But ultimately, I do believe that if we can get to the front in the next race, we can hold them all back and they can stay at my pace rather than the other way around. It's what we did in Most, and it would work here as well in Portimao since it's a very difficult track to overtake in. But for now, things are as they stand. Bautista leads the way by a country mile. Tati Mercado 2nd, Jonathan Ray 3rd, Michael Vandermark 4th, Top Rack 5th, ourselves 6th. Lecuona and Locatelli finish up the top 8 for now. But breaking into the Primera corner, we did close in somewhat onto Top Rack, but a lap time of a 1:48 is pretty pathetic. I was doing 1:39s in the practice and the qualifying before starting today's race, so whatever I had has gone now. I really need to capture it back, and as you can see in this one as well, I'm trying the D3 and the SCQ. Previous one, I think I tried the SC1 and the SCX, and fact, it might have been the DX one, the development tyre. Everything I've tried, I just can't find anything. And there's no time for me to actually practice. I just had to jump in the race and hope for the best, and this has been the worst decision I've done in a long time, and this could be really detrimental to our championship aspirations this season. Bautista is pulling away. Bautista's going to take 32 points he's going to get. He's going to get 12 for this win and 20 for his second place finish earlier. That's 32 points, which puts him 22 points clear from us right now at this stage of the Grand Prix if we don't finish this one. But thankfully we'll still have a lot of time in this particular Grand Prix, and I think as long as we stay... Oh, you're kidding me, you're kidding me, you're kidding me! Turn 13 again! Caught on the rumble strip, we have just lost everything. I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness, I was just about to say we were going to get some points. Granted, it's not a lot when you're in 6th position in a Super Bowl race, but that's a disaster. That is an absolute disaster. We have to at least get some points. There's no points on offer now, pretty much at all, unless you're in the top 9. And using the speed here, yes, we've got the slipstream, yes, we've got the lower difficulty ever so slightly. This is a bit of a mockery, really, but fighting back and trying to regain some positions in this just abysmal Portimao week. It's going to get worse! Oh my god! Losing the rear into turn 1, call it quits, get into the pits, get a brew, and hopefully we can race a little bit better into race 2, but oh, the Portimao pain. So Bautista wins from Tassi Mercado, and Jonathan Rea did hold off for 3rd place, but my goodness, Top Rack was right on the cusp of getting 3rd position. So back to the drawing board and back to it once more. This time starting from 12th place after a disaster in Super Bowl. That's the first crash we've had in a Super Bowl session all season. Now, we've been pretty consistent for the majority. Yes, we've had a few crashes, but this one is just... Oh, I'll tell you what, Scott Redding, I can see him gesticulating there. He wasn't happy with that particular move, but I was too busy in conversation to even react. But now into the right-hand side. Can we slip up with the inside of Top Rack? That's a nice move, but he might fancy a lunge on the left. Not quite. We do hold on to the position, and we do get ahead of EK Lecuona. So, yes, we have had, my goodness, that's a tough word to say a lot of times, a terrible weekend so far, but this is not too bad. That's a promising start. We had our worst start as well there, from starting in 12th place, which is obviously never ideal, but into turn 7, Lecuona to the right of us, or a little bit behind. We now go to the right hand side. Oh, look at Lecuona! Whoa, my goodness, that made me jump. The man on board the Honda he wanted that lunge, and he kind of owed me that. I'm getting my receipt here from me overtaking him quite aggressively into turn 4 earlier on. We're now bringing on the power. We must avoid the wheelie, and I tell you what, we must avoid... Oh, more contact! Lecuona's shoulder will be Kawasaki coloured after getting a whack and a half there into the left-hand side. That's a brave, bold move from the man they call DrAce, number 11, as we managed to get on through. But I was going to mention, we must get turn 11 done correctly every single time, because if we make a mess of that corner again, turn 13, turn 11, turn 12, that entire combination, we're going to lose way too much time. So once again, trying a different tyre option, trying a different electronics, just desperate to find some feeling back with the Kawasaki. I love this bike, it feels so good when it works right as we now go into turn 1. It's a disaster. The whole feeling, everything's just not feeling right here. We've got to get back into it, get back into the groove, and hopefully we can improve. But rhyming accidentally there, we can still get some decent points. Bautista at this point is around what? 32 points was the maths earlier? Yes, 32 points clear. We can reduce that gap by a couple if we stay as we are. I don't think I'm going to do any better in the sense of 5th, 4th, 3rd, but we're also not that far away. We've got to ride within myself now. We've got the harder option tyre, hoping that will make the difference after losing the rear with the SCQ. I don't want a replication of that. SC1, SC0, just hopefully we can get things to work here now. Turn 11, we tackle it properly there, so this sets us up for turn 12. Keep it in nice and tight for the 12th corner, and then line it up for a little bit wide into turn 13. Much better time this time around. The Super Bowl session would have been fine if we hadn't touched the rumble strip there and everything went kaput. But for now, the 7th place, and it's going to be a lonely one, I do imagine. Top Rat behind us, 2.5 tenths. He's not had the best of weekends, especially after starting so strong in the first race. Then having to chase down Jonathan Ray and Tati Mercado for 4th position. He's now got to do a lot of work here. And he's behind me, and I'm having a disaster of a weekend, so not great for Top Rat, and it's another 148. These aren't DrAce lap times, these aren't good. These are very negative lap times, and I take no pride with what I'm doing here in Portimao. This is very disappointing, with the utmost respect to myself. This is not what I'm capable of doing. I can do a lot better than this, and I need to show it. And I think this is the time we start showing it. Up by 7 tenths going into the first sector. This is looking a little bit better, so that'll put us into a low 140. We can get into the 139s, I absolutely know that for a fact. I think I've even been close to 138 high at some point, maybe. I can't remember what I did in the winter testing, but this is not indicative of my final performance here in Portimao. But down to the right hand side, going as tight as, look at that. I can't believe it. Just let's get me out of here. Just get me out of here. This is awful. This has been the worst performance since Donington Park. This has been dreadful. Bautista wins from ahead of Locatelli and Jonathan Ray, but unfortunately, guys, no points. Not a single point for us at the end of the Portuguese round. Bautista's going to take 57 points away from us. This sucks. We have struggled so much in today's video. I have been dreading to record this one, I really have. But looking at the championship standings, we are in 3rd place now. So from 1st to 3rd we go, 47 points behind the Spaniard in 1st place. We've got a lot of work to do in San Juan Villicum and then into Phillip Island. I just hope we can fight back. So guys, let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship, because we won't be having anything else to look at, but we are going to be down by... oh no, we're up. We're up by 28 points out of Ducati and 40 are clear from Honda. So yeah, okay. A saving grace, let's say. We're still leading that particular championship. But guys, that's it from me. Apologies for a abysmal performance. But please like, comment and subscribe if you did enjoy the video and you enjoyed me suffering. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.